Welcome guys, welcome back to the channel again. So I just want to talk about how Kindle has changed my reading habits and how I consume books. So initially I was actually hesitant to buy a Kindle. I always like to have a physical copy in my hand. Then I saw a lot of my favorite YouTubers just talk about Kindle, and then I went to Amazon and purchased my Kindle. It has literally changed my life. I just tell what I liked about Kindle and why you should go ahead and buy it. The most important thing what I liked about Kindle is the fact that I can highlight the points on the go. So when I was reading a physical copy, I had to underline or either use a highlighter, and then I had to transfer all those notes to my laptop. But with this Kindle, I can basically sync all my highlights to my laptop without any intervention, and that was a big time saver for me. And the next thing what I liked is it has an inbuilt dictionary, so I don't need to take out my phone and look up the word online. I can basically long press the word and it just has an Oxford inbuilt dictionary which gives the meaning. And the third thing is it's so instant. I don't need to wait like a couple of days for the book to arrive at my house. I can just go and purchase it online and it's instantly within few seconds into my Kindle. I always used to think that reading on a Kindle actually damages my eye, but then looks like that was a complete lie. The Kindle technology itself is built on e-ink, which is very safe on the eye. So anyone who's thinking that Kindle affects eye, please don't believe it. It's really safe. You can read it throughout the day, even during night before sleep. It doesn't affect the eye that much as say a mobile phone or an iPad. So Kindle is eye friendly. And then one more thing is it's so portable, so I can just put it in my bag or carry it wherever I want to go. So for all these reasons, I certainly recommend all of you who like reading to go ahead and make that purchase. Please don't think about it. Now I just want to quickly take you through what I have on my Kindle. So I have non-fiction separately and fiction separately. Now let's see what I have on the non-fiction side. So I have totally 15 non-fiction books. Some of these books I have already read, some are yet to be read. Let's see quickly what I have. So Deep Work by Cal Newport. I have not read this book, but the reason I purchased this book is we all get distracted by physical gadgets nowadays. So I just wanted to learn how to work efficiently with less distractions. So the next book is Alchemist, which I'm currently reading. Now I already read this book back in 2016, but I did not understand the book. So I'm completely rereading the book and now I have a completely different perspective. I'll be making a book review on it very soon. The next book is Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. So this book was suggested by Ali Abidal, my favorite YouTuber. And this book was what prompted him to go and make YouTube videos. I just read this book last week. It basically talks about sharing your work online and documenting the process as you go, because it can help anyone who's in the same situation as you are. The next book is Make Time. It's basically a time management and productivity book. I still haven't read this book. Influence, Psychology of Persuasion. I haven't read this book, but the reason I bought this book was because I wanted to learn how to influence others and how not to get influenced as much as I do. The next book, Subtle Art of Not Giving a F by Mark Manson. Now, this is the second time I'm reading it. So this book basically talks about not to care about everything that we do, because we just have 24 hours a day. So if we keep caring about everything that we do, then we end up not doing a lot of things. So I'll be making a book review separately. And the next one, Millionaire Fastlane by MJ Marco. He talks about the fact that there are two lanes. One is a slow lane and another one is a fast lane, and why we should make the transition from a slow lane to a fast lane. Slow lane is the usual go-to route. Go to a job, save 10% of your paycheck and retire by 60. So he basically says that we had to go to the fast lane to get wealthy. Short history of nearly everything. So from the Big Bang, from the time the universe formed to the current world, all the developments in the field of cosmology, geology, physics, chemistry, biology, the astronomy, astrophysics, everything. He gives a brief history of literally everything. 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss is an entrepreneur, podcaster, author, blogger, etc. This book got released in 2007. And even during that time, he has talked about remote work and the idea about working from anywhere in the world. After COVID, times have changed, but Tim Ferriss had a forward-thinking notion, and he talks about this book back then. Power of Subconscious Mind. So we are all controlled by the subconscious mind. So I wanted to learn about this. I still haven't read this book. Psychology of Money. I already have a physical copy, but I want to have it in my Kindle as well, so that I can do highlights and sync it to my laptop. Why We Sleep by Matt Walker. Now, I came across this book when I was listening to a podcast by Andrew Huberman. So he was interviewing Matt Walker, who's the author of this book, and I suddenly got interested in the biology of sleep. All the living things in the world, they cannot survive without sleep. So I felt that it was very, very necessary to understand the importance of sleep. Dopamine Nation. Now, dopamine is the neurochemical for motivation, drive, and reward. So it's extremely important that we understand how dopamine works. And that's why I bought this book. I haven't read this yet. 4,000 Weeks. I read this book a couple of months back. So the average lifetime of a human being is 75 years, which calculates to 4,000 weeks. So we just have 4,000 weeks on this planet, and the author talks about how to optimize for this 4,000 weeks so that we can live a fulfilling and peaceful life. So good that they can't ignore you. Now, Steve Jobs during a speech told, follow your passion. But the author in this book, he opens by saying, do not follow your passion. Following your passion is a bad advice. So he contradicts right there, and the rest of the book is basically justification of that statement which he makes right at the beginning. Now let's quickly see what I have on fiction. So I don't read much of fiction right now. I just have 5 books. And then there were none. So I am a big Agatha Christie fan. So I was looking up online for some of her mystery and thriller novels. And I was surprised that this came up as the most suggested book of all Agatha Christie novels. I still haven't read this. Man Called O. Now, a couple of months back, the movie The Man Called Otto got released. So it was by Tom Hanks. That movie is adaptation of this book. This is a very highly rated book, so I have it. I still haven't read this. The Misery by Stephen King. Now, I have never read any Stephen King books. So I was looking up online for some of the recommendations, and this book came up, so I just downloaded this. Recursion. A couple of videos back, I reviewed a book called Dark Matter, one of my all-time favorite fiction books. And the same author has written this book. It's on the same lines of science fiction and time travel. So I got interested and purchased this book. And the last one is Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse. This is a philosophy and a fiction book. This book was so rich in philosophy that I found it hard to understand. So I have to reread this book sometime in the future. So I just felt that it was important to walk you through what I have on my Kindle, so that you have a fair understanding of how a Kindle works and what kind of pros and cons you get with a Kindle as compared to a physical copy. So I hope you got that from this video. And I want to say a big thank you to all those people who have subscribed to the channel. I also read all of the messages you sent to me on WhatsApp, Instagram, and some people have commented on the video. I read all of those, and it's a big boost to my confidence. And please continue to follow the channel for more content like this. Please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you again next week in another video. Thank you.